Welcome. We have the latest on the investigation of one of the world's biggest data leaks in history. It's called the Panama Papers, and Gabriel Salazar has the lead report.
A historic bill was signed by Governor Jerry Brown. We have the details and the reactions. And
in sports, David Pradell is here with our special City College Nights coverage.
And stay tuned to find out what Arij Marabai has for us in entertainment. Newscene starts right now.
Hello, I'm Judah Holsana.
And I'm Carrie Bryant. Thank you for joining us.
Breaking news tonight. The man wanting a connection of the deadly Paris attacks has been arrested. Connection of the Brussels terrorist attacks, but we'll keep you updated with all the latest details. In a gruesome discovery near a downtown hotel following the 7th Avenue between Ash and A man called 911 reporting a suspicious suitcase found around 11 a.m. on Wednesday. Upon closer inspection, the suitcase was filled with the remains of a young woman whose identity has not yet been released. Police do not have any solid leads and encourage anyone with information to call Crime Stoppers. Why is the telephone not rolling?
An alert for parents in Scripps Ranch following an attempted kidnapping of 2 young children on their way home from school earlier this week. The kidnapping was stopped by one of the 2 children when she pushed the boy out of the way. Police described the suspect as a roughly 5'8" white man with dirty blonde hair and a messed up left eye. The suspect vehicle is described as a red Jeep with black fenders. Anyone with the information is urged to call the police.
New developments in the case that triggered an Amber Alert earlier this week. 22-year-old Luis Alvaro of Los Angeles allegedly kidnapped his 18-month-old son along with the boy's mother. The mother and child were found safe at their home shortly after authorities discovered the vehicle used in the abduction. Here is a documented gang member with a long criminal history and considered armed and dangerous. Alvaro is described as has a bald head with brown eyes, 5'6" and weighs about 140 pounds. He also has the name Sabrina tattooed on his left cheek. It is believed he could be headed for Mexico. If you have any information, please call 911. And a massive document was released exposing how world leaders hide billions of dollars from the so-called Panama Papers, point to people with ties to Russian President Vladimir Putin and other global leaders. Gabriel Salazar has more.
All right, thanks, Judah. It's not illegal to have an offshore company, but one purpose of having a so-called shell company is that the money put in it cannot be traced by the original owner. The practice allows people to move cash under a corporate name without law enforcement or tax authorities knowing who it belongs to.
An anonymous source provided around 40 years' worth of documents from a law firm in Panama named Mossack Fonseca, which establishes offshore bank accounts to the world's wealthiest people. The 2.6 terabytes of data allegedly contains 11.5 million documents, providing a window to at least 200,000 companies.
I think it's hugely significant. I think it's going to have impact for months and possibly years to come. And hopefully it will cause governments, particularly in the United States and the UK, to sort of reassess how they deal with these offshore secrecy zones.
Among the heads of state who denied any involvement in this investigation include the presidents of Ukraine, Argentina, and the King of Saudi Arabia, as well as Russian President Vladimir Putin, who secretly shuffled around $2.5 billion through banks and shadow companies. With so many allegations surrounding what is known as the biggest leaks of inside information in history, authorities are pending investigation.
So far, Iceland's prime minister resigned from office amid the scandal. There are currently no Americans mentioned in the documents, but that's likely it will last. Back to you guys at the desk.
Well, Republican presidential candidate Donald Trump announced Tuesday he would employ the federal anti-terrorism surveillance law as means to pay for the wall he wants to build between the U.S. And Mexico, a wall which he wants. Mexican President Enrique Peña Nieto says Trump is damaging U.S.-Mexican relations. Trump also wants to ban undocumented people in the U.S. from sending money back home. Last year's money transfers totaled an estimated $24.8 billion. And GOP presidential candidate Ted Cruz is scheduled to stop in San Diego Monday, April 11th. Cruz will reportedly hold a rally at the Town and Country Resort in Mission Valley. The event is set to begin at 6 o'clock p.m. Doors will open at 5. Donald Trump's biggest rival will be the first Republican presidential candidate to visit San Diego this political season. Cruz is also planning on visiting the city of Irvine in his trip to California.
New York and California became the first states in America to raise their state's minimum wage to $15 an hour this week. There are some who disagree.
This week, Governor Jerry Brown signed legislation raising California's minimum wage to $15 an hour by 2022, just mere hours after a similar bill was signed in New York. He said morally, socially, and politically, it makes sense.
So this is about economic justice. It's about people. It's about creating a little tiny balance in a system that every day becomes more unbalanced.
Some in California don't see this change as a good thing. Deborah Rosen, the president and CEO of the North San Diego Business Chamber, wrote in a Union Tribune op-ed that when the minimum wage is increased, so are the other costs associated to a company's bottom line, such as workers' compensation rates, the loss of federal unemployment insurance credits, and the Affordable Care Act. She says the effect is a significant impact on any business and warned that this could result in higher costs to consumers and a loss of entry-level jobs, possibly to automation. Here on campus, there are some that feel there is still work that needs to be done.
I'm here today because we need $15 an hour now and not in 2022 the way that Governor Brown has recently enacted. We're having a strike on the 14th across the street from the McDonald's at 12 p.m., 12 to 1:30. We're encouraging all students and faculty and staff and people who support to please announce and share in their classrooms and workplace.
Since we know that this affects San Diego City College students, we will keep you updated. With Newscene, I'm Vince Fangella.
For more information about the strike on campus next week, visit Fight for 15 on Facebook or just keep an eye out for the signage around City College.
Well, make sure you stay with us, guys. We've got a big week in sports this week, and David is going to tell us all about it. We'll see you back at the break.
The smallest moments can have the biggest impact on a child's life. Take time to be a dad today.
Thank you. You got a king?
Go fish!
The smallest moments can have the biggest impact on a child's life. Take time to be a dad today.
Welcome back. It's the kind of story you can't make up. A chase on the crowded streets of LA and even a TMZ bus getting involved. Two alleged burglars led police on an hours-long escapade that began at Cerritos and wound through the streets of Hollywood and downtown before ending in a South LA neighborhood. The blue Mustang involved in the chase did donuts in defiance on rainy freeways. And when the suspects finally stopped, they celebrated with cheering bystanders, giving high fives and taking selfies with a whole bunch of people. And to make the ending perfect, a photo finish, when sheriff deputies arrived to take them into custody, the bad boys reportedly hugged before parting ways.
On Tuesday, San Francisco became the first city in the country to require employers to offer 6 weeks paid leave for new parents. The unanimous vote came a day after New York passed a law requiring up to 12 weeks of paid leave for new parents. The legislation hopes to help low-wage workers who often cannot afford to take a pay cut at the same time they are coping with the additional expenses of a new baby. And the Golden Apple Awards are here. Do not forget to vote for your favorite City College faculty staff member. The polls are open up until tonight. Each City College student may vote only once, and the teacher with the most votes will be recognized in the 2016 City College graduation on Friday, May 20th.
New York and California became the first states in America to raise their state's minimum wage to $15 an hour this week. There are some who disagree and some who want more. Vince Vangela has more.
Are they on the wrong package?
I feel like we're here to help you guys as students, and if you guys have any concerns, opinions, questions, we're here to help you guys. As students, we know the struggle of being a student, so we're here for you guys.
It's that time of year again. San Diego City College Student Affairs is hosting an annual event. Its goal is to get students motivated to volunteer their service. Fayana Moore has the story.
The Office of Student Affairs is partnering with Balboa Park, St. Vincent de Paul, the Port Authority, and the Cabrillo National Monument for this year's week of service. Lori Oldham from Student Affairs talks about why she believes giving back is important.
It really enhances their educational experience to know that it's not all about them, but it's also about so much more.
Oldham also spoke about a memory she had with a City College student while she volunteered at St. Vincent de Paul.
It's like, I used to be a resident here. I lived here for a year, and I was homeless, and it was through San Diego City College that I was able to get back on my feet.
Students at City College are anticipating their experience and why they chose to participate.
I'm planning on doing it because, it's our beaches. We want to keep it clean, and I go all the time, so I don't like seeing trash around. Like, it looks really bad. And I just think it's good for our environment and our beaches, of course.
Claudia Robles was one of the students who participated in the last couple of years.
The week of service has influenced my education because it requires me to learn about self-improvement within myself, because I feel like if we all collaborate together, we can make a difference.
A quote that I found that fits perfect for this week of service: your smile is your logo, your personality is your business card, and how you leave others feeling is your trademark, by Jay Danzy. Let's all extend a hand up and not a hand out and support one another. This is Fayana Moore with Newscene.
Week of service starts next week. Be sure to sign up for your shift at any one of these spots online at the San Diego City College website. You will also be receiving a commemorative shirt to remember your work experience.
Well, and as part of the World Cultures program, this week Professor Bob Sly premiered his new documentary, To a Packed Room. His new documentary, Make It Home, a story of resettlement, highlights groups like the Alliance for African Assistance in San Diego. They help refugees from around the world find new homes. San Diego City College has many refugee students, including 4 who tell their stories in this film. For the filmmaker, the title has a special meaning.
It's interesting, the name of the documentary actually came to me after I edited it, because it really has multiple meanings. So some of these people are making a new home here in the United States. In fact, they all are, so make this their home. They're also, a lot of them, going to return. So make it back home is another connotation of make it home. And so it carries multiple meanings, and I just thought it pretty much applied to all the stories because they're all very different.
Well, you can find more information about Make It Home and the story of resettlement streaming on YouTube, so be sure to give it a watch.
In the NFL world, the Chargers released their 2016 exhibition schedule yesterday. The Bolts will host the Arizona Cardinals, and San Diego will also host the San Francisco 49ers in week 2 and 4. New stadium talk will continue to follow San Diego. The Bolts will be playing the Minnesota Vikings and their brand new $1 million stadium facility at US Bank. San Diego Padres' new Major League Baseball record isn't helping the Chargers' case for a downtown stadium. The Friars are the first team in the MLB history to be shut out in the first 27 innings of the season. Hopefully playing at Coors Field will help the Bats come alive as they open a 3-game series in Colorado today.
And now it's time for sports. We've got David with all the latest. What's going on in Knights sports, David?
Yep, that's right. Baseball season has arrived. Our own City College Knights team have also been working hard since their season began in February. The Knights are currently in a 4-game win streak after beating the conference leaders Grossmont College 5-4. However, aside from the wins, they are currently sitting in 5th place in the conference with a record of 7-5. Now let's move on to the Knights badminton team. It has been a rebuilding year for the team after winning the 2015 state championship title. The reigning champs lost a few of their sophomore leaders, and on top of that, head coach Sun Nguyen, who led the Knights to 8 conference championships and 5 state titles in his 10 years of coaching, left City to continue coaching in Vietnam. This year, first-year head coach Darby Duprat and the team sit in 3rd place in the conference with a 2-5 record. Their only 2 wins came against Mesa College. The Knights have their last game against Mesa next week, and later in the month they will be competing in the conference individuals tournaments. Now on to the tennis courts. Both the men's and women's tennis teams had a fantastic season. Although they didn't get the conference title, both teams did finish 3rd in their conference, which marked the best season finish for both programs. On the men's side, the team got off to a hot start. Early in the season, they swept Cypress and Mount San Jacinto College 9-0 during a 4-game win streak. And on the women's side, they also went on a 4-game win streak, just like the men's, and began their season with an undefeated 4-0 conference record. Now, for both teams, they had a conference tournament that was scheduled to start yesterday, but with the rain, it was delayed. I also spoke with players on the men's and women's team, and both of them gave credit to their head coaches for having a successful season and keeping them mentally prepared.
Coach Brandon is like really good guy for us, and sometimes he's giving us more, makes us discipline and teach us the fundamentals more better, and he never gave up on us. That's all.
She's very calm, very timid. She's not overbearing, and I think that's a healthy environment. I always say you have to have the mind in order to win. You can't be, over competitive. You can't get mad at yourself all the time, and she kind of keeps us under control.
All right, now this next clip of the beach volleyball club team will probably make you jealous because right now it's cloudy and raining outside. So let's go to the clips. Now, the Knights are having a terrific season. Here's footage from a couple weeks ago where they swept Mount San Jacinto College 5-0. Last weekend, the Knights got the 10-2 victory and finished in 1st place in a non-traditional indoor tournament at Pierce College. Next year, in 2017, the club team will become an official intercollegiate team, beach volleyball team. As a club team now, they have been going toe-to-toe with collegiate teams like Palomar Mesa and Fullerton. So next year, something tells me they'll be more than ready. Also, I spoke with a few of the players and the head coach, and they all said that having the opportunity to play in the sand will only make them improve and become better when the indoor season starts in the fall. Now, that sunny San Diego weather makes me wish we had that this weekend. Right, Judah and Carrie?
Absolutely. I really wish it was sunny.
Yeah, no, it's been raining like crazy.
Yeah.
But make sure you stay with us. Arish Marabe is going to be here telling us all about the entertainment world and what's coming up in local amusement parks and things like that. So we'll see you back here in a few minutes.
You took my teas.
The smallest moments can have the biggest impact on a child's life. Take time to be a dad today.
Don't worry, 74 people were picked before me in the NFL draft.
To fight childhood obesity, United Way and the NFL are helping kids play at least 60 minutes a day.
Okay, time for the team obstacle course. Yay!
What this place needs is more healthy kids. To get involved or donate, go to unitedway.org/play60.
Now I get it.
Well, hello everybody, and welcome back to Newscene. We have a big deal going on in the entertainment world, and Marish Marabe has all of the details.
What do you have for us, Arish?
Thanks, guys. Well, if you wanted a reason to love Universal even more, they gave you one. Harry Potter World, Harry Potter World is now, after 5 years of a project, the wizarding world of Harry Potter opens to the public. The details that went into this are amazing. You actually feel like you're in the movie. You can even go and have a wand choose you and work your magic with 11 locations to practice and perform it. Don't forget to stop by and grab some food and Hogwarts gear along with some great drinks. So if you haven't seen it already, Taylor Swift's bodyguard steals the spotlight as T Swift posted a picture of her and model friend Lily Aldridge smiling and enjoying Disneyland. But her bodyguard didn't get the memo that Disney is the happiest place on earth. As he sits in the back of the ride with absolutely no facial expression, with his shades on and earpiece in. Let's just say someone needs to loosen up a little and enjoy the ride. In other camera news, American Idol finally continuing on in the music world. One of the most iconic shows has come to an end. Last night, American Idol's finale ending on season 15. The show was definitely one to remember. Jennifer Lopez was performing her new song, Ain't Your Mama, and Carrie Underwood singing Something in the Water and Stop Dragging My Heart Around with Keith Urban. Also, almost 60 past contestants gathering and rehearsed for the last performance on the American Idol Dolby Theater stage. Amazing talents from all the contestants, but of course there can only be one winner. If you haven't watched it yet, you may want to close your ears because the winner of the last ever American Idol is Mississippi farm boy Trent Harmon. We wish him all the best on his new adventures and congratulations. In other music news, we have unfortunate news. Country music lost an amazing artist, but the whole music industry has. We remember the rugged, good-looking singer and songwriter Merle Haggard, who to many was just another California boy trying to make it.
He tells the truth, you know? To me, it all comes back in country music to the truth.
It was a truth many understood, and his music ratings showed it, and will forever have them to look back on.
People accepted me in music, and music pulled me out of the depths of despair and gave me the shining light to head towards.
Haggard will be laid to rest in a private memorial on Saturday. He actually requested to have country singers Connie Smith and Marty Stewart sing his song, Silver Wings. Forever loved and forever remembered. That's all I have for entertainment, guys. Have a great weekend.
Thank you so much for that, Arish. Will it rain or will it shine? Judah Hosea will have our weather update after the break. Did I say her name
Today,
wrong?
1 out of every 4 American kids is Hispanic.
That means many of the future doctors who will care for us, the engineers who will build our cities, the scientists and entrepreneurs of our country can be your kids.
We all know how hard it is for you to send them to college. This is why we want you to know you are not alone.
And every day more people support you to make it happen. Many support you. And the Hispanic Scholarship Fund helps you prepare, plan, and pay for your kids' college education.
HSF.net.
Hey everybody! Heart disease affects 1 in every 3 women in America, but you can fight back. There's no time to lose. Mothers, sisters, daughters, families, and friends, it's time to shout louder, stand stronger, and demand change. Let's go!
To the Batmobile. Dang it.
To the invisible jet!
Dang it.
Together, we can put an end to heart disease. It's time to go red for women. I could use your help. Learn more from the American Heart Association at www.goredforwomen.org.
Well, hello everybody and welcome back to Newscene. If you didn't know already, it was a crazy past few days with the rain and the weather going on around here. And as you can see, viewers are already sending pictures in of the beautiful springtime end to the rain, I guess you could say. But let's go ahead and take a look at the weather maps and see what's going on out here in the county. And as you can see, for the past few days, it's been raining all the way from San Diego up to Big Bear, even in some parts of Los Angeles and all the way up to Northern California. Let's get a live weather look of the radar of what's actually going on in our area right now. And as you can see, all of Tijuana is covered, San Diego, and all the way into Ensenada, and actually all the way back on the East Coast too. It's just continually moving, and it's going to be continuing for the next few hours. And really, it's been raining a lot, and we really needed it, and it's kind of a big deal. And as you can see, downtown on our live weather cam, it's starting to clear up a little bit, but still kind of cloudy. Temperatures in the mid to low 60s, and it's going to be pretty cool for the rest of the day, all the way into the end of the week. As you can see, there's a beautiful look of downtown, the clouds rolling in, and that's it. That's our Newscene weather cam, new cam here. See what's going on in the rest of. This is something our viewers sent in here. As you can see, water going all through Mission Valley just like usual when the rain comes. It's a big problem there. Homeless people getting washed out, and it's just a big disaster. So let's hope that they can get that fixed up soon. So what's going on in our El Nino weather? What's going on? Well, as you can see, I guess we're not going to be talking about El Nino anymore, but we got a 7-day forecast. 64 today into the rest of the week. We've got some showers moving in, and then it's going to be continually moving up for the rest of the week. By next week, you'll see some warm weather into the 70s and mid 80s. And that's what it's going to look like all the way through Saturday.
Wow.
So
I'm really hoping we can get some snow because I want to hit the slopes before the Big Bear closes. So, anyways, a Florida hockey fan is $100,000 richer thanks to an amazing shot at an East Coast Hockey League game on Thursday. During intermission, the fan had one attempt to make a shot from 115 feet away from the goal. There was only one 4-inch hole the 3-inch puck could go into, and he nailed it. Congratulations to him.
Well, thank you for joining us for this very interesting edition of Newscene.
I'm Carrie Bryant.
And I'm Judah Hosanna.
Have a great weekend.
We'll see you next time, I'm sure.